The movie begins with the vibrant young Kate Carter, a college student in Oklahoma, who excitedly wakes up her boyfriend Jeb and their other friends. Kate leads a team of storm chasers helping her achieve her goal of obtaining a scholarship. The team's mission is to weaken tornadoes using liquid stored in barrels while collecting important data to prevent hurricanes from hitting populated areas. Jeb starts filming her as she narrates that her science team and she are about to conduct an experiment on tornadoes, stating they are tracking one coming from the southwest, trying to lower the humidity levels. She excitedly points to several large yellow barrels behind her, mentioning they contain a special chemical substance called sodium polyacrylate, which will help them stop the tornado with the aid of a Doppler called Dorothy. Soon, they set off to the location where they create a mixture of the chemical and successfully install Dorothy. As the storm begins, Kate's team removes the caps from the barrels, exposing the chemical to the tornado. Although Dorothy manages to detect the tornado, Javi, a friend who stayed behind to provide important data, notices something strange about the impending disaster. He realizes that the intensity of the catastrophe is gradually increasing and is approaching them rapidly. He warns them to get out of the dangerous situation, but before they can do anything, the tornado engulfs the car, trapping them. Terrified, the four of them exit the car and run for their lives. The deadly tornado sweeps away Addie in pride, while Jeb shields Kate to protect her. Unfortunately, he slips and is taken away to his death. 5 years later, Kate has stopped pursuing her dream and lives an ordinary life, working in a tornado management office in New York, measuring the weather to erase her tragic past. Suddenly, her friend Javi appears after 5 years, asking for her help. Javi, who now works at a tornado radar company, informs her that all these years he's served in the army and now has a more advanced tornado tracking system he used during military service, capable of tracking the most powerful tornadoes. He insists that they have everything in hand now and needs Kate's help to save lives. Initially, Kate refuses, but Javi tries to revive the painful memory she was involved in and points out that he has never seen anyone as brave as she is, capable of facing such a devastating disaster. He explains that she has a unique intuitive talent that allows her to predict an approaching tornado. Kate is not convinced and leaves immediately. However, Javi does not give up and the next day sends news about a disaster where a tornado is expected in Oklahoma. Finally, Kate relents and agrees to accompany Javi on his mission, just to help the people in her hometown. Javi introduces Kate to a place where several professional tornado tracking teams are working with high-tech equipment and introduces her to other team members, including a quirky man named Scott and a YouTube storm tracker named Tyler, who resembles a cowboy and is also a popular influencer and scientist. Tyler tries to approach Kate, asking what a city girl is doing in Oklahoma. Feeling that Tyler is an easy target, Kate directs him in the wrong direction to get rid of him and joins Javi and his team, who head west, where the tornado is forming. Javi's team splits into 3 directions to properly surround the tornado, planning to set up 3 radars to obtain a 3-dimensional reading of the tornado. Tyler, who is smarter, starts following Kate and Javi in their direction since he realized that Kate was trying to mislead him. Javi's team sets up advanced equipment to predict the location, size, and speed of the tornado. Kate and Javi try to get closer to the storm, but as their truck shakes, Kate starts having a panic attack and begs Javi to get out of there as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, they end up losing sight of the tornado. Meanwhile, Tyler lights up the situation with fireworks, which shocks both Kate and Javi. They are convinced that Tyler is a real lunatic and Kate apologizes to Javi for ruining the moment. Javi comforts her, saying he understands what she went through 5 years ago and why she is anxious, but he tells her there will be more tornadoes. The couple heads to a lodging, and along the way, Javi mentions the painful memories and wishes to spend more time with Kate, but she, overwhelmed, quickly prefers to go to her room. On the way, she encounters Tyler, who jokingly says that he attempted to confuse her, but was unsuccessful. While talking, Kate learns that Tyler's team is not exactly made up of tornado researchers but rather people who are passionate about confronting them, as they faced several calamities in their childhood. After a long conversation, Kate decides to end the day. The next morning, she joins Javi and his team, revealing that Javi is actually an entrepreneur doing charitable work but is involved in providing data to some real estate owners. However, it seems Kate is unaware of his true intentions. She warns Javi that a large tornado is approaching and they must act quickly. Meanwhile, Tyler also encourages his team to chase the approaching tornado, launching a drone while his team prepares for a major pursuit. Soon, two large storms begin to form. Javi asks Kate if they should follow the storm on the right or the left, based on her intuition and statistics. Knowing that one of them will disappear, Kate frantically points to the tornado on the left. Tyler tries to follow them, but Kate and Javi manage to divert his direction and reach their destination while Javi and Kate head for the tornado on the left, whereas Tyler goes the opposite way. Tyler gets closer to the tornado and, with the help of an automatic drilling machine, anchors his car to the ground. However, the intensity of the tornado instantaneously decreases as it approaches Tyler's car, causing him great disappointment. Meanwhile, Kate sets up the radar system around the tornado, but as soon as Javi's equipment is installed on site, the powerful tornado quickly sweeps it away. Kate and Javi get trapped and barely manage to survive as the tornado rushes toward the nearest town. A devastated Kate discovers that although the calamity has passed, the entire town has been hit. Empathically, she suggests to Javi that they should help the residents of the affected town, but Javi, initially reluctant, eventually agrees under Kate's insistence. Upon arriving at the destruction site, Kate and Javi are astounded by the extent of the damage caused by the calamity. Kate blames herself for not arriving earlier and finds Tyler and his team already helping with the evacuation process of the town. Javi leaves Kate for a while and goes in another direction. During the rescue process, Kate converses with Tyler, who makes a shocking revelation about Javi's intentions in tracking the storm. Kate is left in disbelief when Tyler informs her that Javi is trying to resell the houses demolished by the tornado so that a real estate speculator, Marshall Riggs, can take advantage of the tornado-struck land. However, Kate refuses to believe Tyler, accusing him of being involved in a dirty game. Once Tyler leaves, Kate learns from her team that he is distributing rations and supplies for free to those affected, covering his costs with merchandise sales. Completely shocked, Kate returns to her room to investigate more about Javi and his team. In a state of distress, she discovers that Javi's real intention in tracking the storm was to discover the intensity of the destruction caused by the calamity in the town, so that Marshall Riggs could determine the profit he could make by buying demolished properties at low prices and profiting from the redevelopment process. Tyler approaches, apologizing for upsetting her and asking her to spend more time with him, seeing that all Kate has experienced is destruction and pain, and now she deserves a little happiness. Needing a break, Kate willingly agrees, and they both go to an arena to watch exciting bullfighting. Tyler wonders if Kate has ever seen such competitions, which he used to compete in, but stopped after being injured numerous times by the bulls. During the event, unexpectedly, an alert appears about a tornado threat. The crowd becomes anxious, believing it to be a significant tornado. Knowing the imminent danger, Kate and Tyler engage in the evacuation process. Soon, everyone rushes to hide in a nearby basement, but unfortunately, there's none found, so they try to save their lives by hiding in an empty pool. After the calamity, all that remains is rubble and destruction. Kate realizes that Tyler genuinely wants to help humanity. When Javi approaches, Kate coldly accuses him of everything he has been doing in secret and calls him an opportunist who takes advantage of people's suffering, along with his malevolent investors' intentions, for whom Javi collects data on demolished homes and businesses. Later, Kate, sad and disappointed, arrives at her mother's house, who is both surprised and happy to see her after so long. Noticing Kate's anguished state, she warmly comforts her. A flashback reveals how Kate used to enjoy experiments with her friends Addie and Prine, along with her boyfriend Jeb. At that time, they created miniature models of a village where a prototype tornado would destroy the houses. Currently, Kate analyzes these models, recalling her memories when Tyler appears. He is impressed by the miniature model, and Kate explains it was a project from her science class. Soon, Tyler and Kate reconnect. Later, during lunch, Kate's mother mentions childhood memories, which disturbs Kate, prompting her to leave the table. Tyler and Kate's mother understand the painful past that haunts her and let her go. Back at night, Kate's mother informs that Tyler will stay the night at their house. Their next encounter happens in Kate's study room, where Tyler examines her previous work. He picks up a book in which Kate described her studies on polymers. Kate tries to take the book from his hand, but Tyler prevents her and reads it. He is astonished by Kate's idea of using polymers to stop a tornado and encourages her to try the experiment again. However, Kate breaks down in tears, stating that her research failed since the polymer couldn't stop the actual tornado that appeared, resulting in the tragic death of her friends. During the conversation, Tyler learns about Kate's traumatic past but assures her that she shouldn't feel guilty about the incident, as everything that happens is already written in fate. The next day, before Tyler leaves, Kate mentions that she might need his help with her tornado research. Once she says she could create a new model to stop them, her proposal excites Tyler as he pays close attention while Kate shares more about her research. Soon, they fetch the polymer barrels from Tyler's truck and head towards the tornado. Tyler throws the polymer towards it and, to Kate's surprise, the tornado begins to lessen, though it doesn't disappear entirely. The revelation is that instead of absorbing the usual moisture, the tornado will begin absorbing sodium, which will slow down its speed and make the storm less dangerous. Kate also receives help from her mother, and even Hobby shows up, apologizing for what he said earlier and explaining that he got into this business because he needed seed money, insisting that his only desire is to help humanity and nothing else. To make amends, Hobby hands Kate some scan data, hoping it will assist her in her mission. Kate forgives him and he leaves to do his work. Kate says goodbye to her mother, assuring her that she will visit frequently. However, Tyler and Kate set off for another tornado chase, and this time Tyler's entire team contributes according to Kate's instructions. Tyler's team is well prepared to efficiently deal with the next tornado and slow it down. Kate suggests changes to the experiment to correct a previous mistake. Soon, it begins to rain heavily and the terrible tornado destroys the entire factory, igniting the area. Hobby tries to overtake them, but the storm is so fierce that it initially engulfs his vehicle in flames. They need to steer clear of the storm and evacuate the town as quickly as possible, transporting people to safety and preventing loss of lives. On the way, Hobby wants to help, but his partner Scott refuses. Scott demands that Hobby stop the car, and he does, but then leaves Scott stranded in the middle of the road. Meanwhile, Tyler and Kate arrive in the town and begin the evacuation process, but the traces of the hurricane still dominate the area. Kate realizes that the storm's intensity is increasing, and the hurricane is unstoppable, with a devastating force that is about to destroy the shelter building. Without thinking twice, Kate hops into Tyler's car, which has a trail of polymer barrels, and heads towards the hurricane. Determined to conduct her experiment with the tornado, even if it costs her life, she refuses to back down. She waits for the tornado to be directly above her and then releases the material. The experiment is fortunately successful, causing the tornado to slow down and its intensity to drop drastically. Luckily, with Kate's action, many lives are saved, but her vehicle is completely overturned. Moments later, Tyler and his team rush to her rescue and find she is alive with only some scratches. Everyone expresses their gratitude to Kate, as they owe their lives to her, and she has finally made her research viable. Days later, Kate says goodbye to Hobby and Tyler and heads to the airport to catch a flight back to New York. However, it seems Tyler is not very happy with her departure. He quickly follows her and prevents her from leaving. In the departure lounge, they discover that the flights are delayed due to strong winds and an approaching storm, a visible sign that fate wants them to be together. The movie ends with Kate joining Tyler to confront another impending calamity.